Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and today we're gonna take a look at Zombiezz with two Z's at the end. This is a crazy new line of minifigures that have been popping up at retail stores, and I knew that I had to pick some of these things up and check them out. So let's dive right in. Let's take a look at these guys in the packages. I picked up a selection of the characters that you can find in stores right now, and all of them are really zany, crazy, like different zombie characters that are basically different professions and stuff like that. I mean, we just got like Vikings and ninjas and wrestlers and all kinds of crazy things. This is part of Series 1, and there are 20 to collect in Series 1. And you'll see that it's a nice blister card packaging, so you see exactly which zombie character you're getting. And in the background there, you got this little blurb that says, every Zombiezz hides a secret feature. So everyone has this crazy little thing going on with it. When you flip it around to the back, you get a better description of that. Every figure hides a gruesome feature. Collect them all to find out what they are. It could be an ink stamp, or an eraser, or even a power ball. So there's all kinds of crazy little things going on with these guys. And then we get a nice little checklist here that shows all the different kooky, different Zombiezz characters we can get. 20 different ones in the first series. Here's what I picked up. And unfortunately it doesn't have their names on the front of the box. So I've got the little Viking guy here. We'll flip it around to the back to find out that his name is Magnus Zombie's son. So that's what we got here. We got this crazy little, it looks like, what we got? MC Brains. Yep, so he's like a rapper. MC Brains. I love this one. This is like the Gandalf looking Zombiezz. His name is the Necromancer. Oh, that's fitting. We got the ninja one right there. Picked up the ninja one. His name is Ucky Gutsucky. All right then. Ucky Gutsuki maybe. This one was my favorite, I think. The pro wrestler. I love it. His name is Deadweight. Okay. We got a little skater dude. Skater dude Zombiezz figure. His name is Faceplant. I love it. And finally, I picked up one of the pirate Zombiezz. His name is Captain Maggot. So, these look fun. Why don't we open these things up and check out the figures themselves, see how cool they actually are. Alright, so we've got our Zombiezz out of their packages. Let's go and take a look at these guys. They're really neat because every single one, like we talked about with the packaging there, they all have their own unique little action features. But they're just really fun little action figures aside from that. They're great little sculpts here. There's no articulation or anything on the figures, so they don't move or anything like that. But they are really neat little sculpts, and they have really cool paint jobs. This guy here is definitely one of my favorites. He's got the pro wrestler look. He's a lot bigger than the other guys. He's very solid, good feel to the actual figure there, good weight to it. I love how he's got like his opponent's arm like ripped off and in his hand there. He's got the little Zombiezz championship belt. So you start talking about the secret features that each of these have. You'll notice that this guy here does have an exposed brain, which is pretty creepy. I mean, like, look at the way his skull is just cracked open and there's a brain on the inside. It's actually pretty gruesome. But this actually is going to be his little secret feature. The back of the box talked about how some of the guys could be pens and erasers. This guy happens to be one of those erasers, which is an interesting feature. The pins and the erasers is a bit odd because I don't really know. I mean, I guess kids will think that that's kind of fun. I don't really know who's going to pick this guy up and use him as an eraser, but that's exactly what he is. You can take off the little broken part of his head, and that fully exposes this little brain eraser on top of his head. Now, it's not removable. It's attached, but you can see it is a nice little eraser type material, so if you wanted to, you could use this guy to correct your mistakes. You're a nice zombie and use his brain to correct your mistakes. Of course, that would kind of ruin the little brain design on the top, but that's pretty cool. And honestly, that little feature doesn't get in the way or anything because it still works fine as just a standalone figure if you want to use it that way. And he just has a nice little squishy brain on the top. So moving down the line, we'll take a look at our little ninja guy. You can see he's styled a lot different. Obviously, he's much smaller than what we saw with the wrestler there. But he's got a really cool look. You can see the mask rip, so it exposes some of his little zombie face there. You can see he's got another little hole over here in the side, so his little rib cage is showing there and all that. He's throwing a throwing star, but he's also got one stuck in his head, which is kind of fun. Again, exposed brain and everything on this guy. He is much more a standard figure because he doesn't have anything on him that is like an eraser or anything like that. But instead, his action feature is underneath his feet. He has embedded magnets. So this guy's magnetic. If you got a nice flat metal surface, you could cling this guy to it. Put him on your refrigerator, put him on anything like that. His feature's magnets, so that's kind of neat. Interesting how different all the features seem to be, and you'll notice that as we move along, especially when we come to this guy here. Oops, knocked over my pirate. But when we got the Viking here, the Viking is way different than any of the other figures that I'm looking at so far because you'll notice he's not made of a hard plastic. He's soft and squishy. He kind of looks like a bath toy, and that's because his action feature is pop-out eyes. That's right, he's one of those classic toys where when you squeeze them, the eyes pop out. That is really fun, but totally, I didn't even notice when I was looking at him in the package that he was this softer, squishy material. So, like I said, these action features are kind of all over the place, but I think that's kind of the charm of this line. Alright, so the pirate. This guy is fantastic. First of all, awesome, awesome look to this guy. I love the little blue beard coming down over his face. Love the look of his face there too. Great sculpt. A little worm coming out of one of his eyes is a nice touch. Instead of an eye patch, he just has a worm coming out of it. That's really cool. Holding onto a sword, he's got a hook, so it's like a Captain Hook zombie. And it's really cool because he's got his cool little buccaneer hat there. But similar to what we've seen with a lot of the other guys, he got a nice hole in it, exposing a brain along with a little worm crawling out of it. And this guy's feature is awesome. Look, the hat is removable. Now we have that fully exposed brain, and that brain is a super ball. That's right, we got ourselves a little bouncy ball as a brain. This is a fun feature. I love it because it just also works as a removable brain for the guy. I mean, you don't even have to bounce it around if you don't want to. I think that, so far, is my favorite feature on all of these guys, and he's just a great looking figure all around. Really cool character. Alright, so we've got our Gandalf looking guy, the Necromancer. He's a really cool looking guy. Got a lot of the same type of details going on. Got some exposed ribs there. Paint splotchy a little bit, not too bad. Exposed brain with a worm coming out of it. But, you know, definitely a nod to Gandalf from the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films. This guy's action feature is definitely one of the wacky ones. And he's actually shown right there on the back of the packaging. He's a pen. Or a marker. There's a little cap there too, you can pull that off, and now we got a little red marker so we can pull his head off and we can write with him. Really interesting. It's weird how like some of these action features are like crafty, so you can use them for drawing and stuff, but I guess, you know, these are aimed at kids after all, and kids might think that that's a lot of fun. We got our little MC rapper zombie here. He's really cool, and right away you notice one of the big differences with him. He's got a translucent green head. That's because his action feature is right up here above the exposed brain. Worked in really nicely with the cap because that little button on top of his cap, you press it and his face lights up. Now, why does his face glow? I don't know, but it's a cool light up feature. That's fun. I really like that. So he's a lot different. He's made of a different plastic than everybody else. He's like that harder plastic because he's got that light up feature. So the last guy we're going to look at here, Faceplant, our skateboarder, I'll be perfectly honest. I cannot figure out this guy's action feature. So if any of you guys out there have him, maybe you know exactly what it is. The only thing I can tell is that he feels different than all the others. So maybe that's all his feature is. He's got a weird kind of like fuzzy type feel. He's not flocked. It's just, I don't know, the plastic has a completely different feel to it than all the other figures. But like, he doesn't have any removable parts, he doesn't smell, anything like that. I can't figure out exactly what this guy's feature is. He looks cool, nice solid figure still, no articulation or anything, but he's solid, he's got a great look and sculpt, just feels different. He's kind of got a weird texture to him that the other zombies don't have. But there you go, my friends. There is a look at the Zombiezz line. These are really fun. They really are. The action features are a bit strange. I don't know exactly how I feel about all of those. It's definitely aimed at kids because you got a lot of that weird kind of crafty stuff going on with the pens and the erasers, but I absolutely love the pirate. He has got to be my favorite in the line. I love the Super Ball brain. That is really cool. So the different action features are definitely like the thing that's cool about this line. That's what makes this line something a little more unique. I do sort of wish that the box told us what all of the features were, but I understand they're going for like a secret thing that you have to discover. I just came with the problem that I couldn't discover what his feature is. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. But even still, these are fun little toys. They're great as just minifigures if that's how you want to use them. If you're a fan of zombies or just cool looking little weird dudes to put on your shelf, these will definitely fit that bill. You can find them at Walmart stores. They actually put them in the cheap toy aisle. They will only run you about $3 or $4 a piece. So they're very affordable, very cool little figures. So happy hunting, my friends. And until next time.